You should have had Aaron hanging out of the mouth.
Nah, I didn't want to get eaten by the shark.
You should have had James in the mouth.
Yeah. Oh, like muscle. I'm holding the mouth open.
Next time.
I'll get you guys on
front of the mouth.
That's a mouth.
Tomorrow's episode, we'll do that. Tomorrow's episode, I'll do that for you, James.
Could have had James in front of the mouth, just his arms open.
Could you survive a shark attack? Do you know the first thing to do?
Yeah, not get in the water.
Can I ask you a question?
No.
For the gills, dog.
No, you fucking shit. So it fogs up the water, so he has a disadvantage.
Really?
I don't think that's true.
Then I heard you put your penis in his eye, but I could be wrong on that part.
See?
Sorry, why does your cartoon version look cooler than you?
It does, kind of.
Oh,
mine does. I'm not hating. Mine does too. Mine does too. I'm like, look at me. I'm
like, God, this was
cartoons are cooler than real life. That's why.
Okay, now I think I'm caught up.
But yeah, we are here to discuss Cruel Jaws, aka Jaws 5, the knockoff.
AKA
really
being cruel to each other.
That was a real great title right there. They came up with. Whoever came up with that title, they were so proud. Cruel Jaws.
It's a cruel Jaws.
Cruel.
Stop flapping your jaws and let Sturdy finish.
Oh yeah, my bad.
It's a cruel. Sorry.
He's singing Cruel Jaws. There was no Cruel Jaws song.
No, it wasn't an Italian one. It wasn't an Italian one, but it did have a nice little. Well, it did have some nice little songs in it.
Make up your mind.
How we know that Bruce the Shark wasn't Italian? That's all I'm saying.
That's fair.
Facts.
Now, was this who was first time watch was this besides mine for this one?
First time for me.
Okay.
Or unless you're counting Jaws.
No, just this exact one right here.
No.
Okay, they stole the story.
I could give you a list of movies that you watched while watching this film. I mean, yeah.
I still have
like the Hulk Hogan guy. That's from the old Hulk Bard.
Timu Hulk Hogan. Can we please call him by his real name?
Timu Hulk Hogan. It's before the roids, man.
Or porno.
That I'm waiting for you to get to.
Yeah.
No.
We're here.
Of course,
listen, we're here now. We're here now.
Big Hulk Hogan.
Let's go for it, Trevor.
Well, thank you for having me on again. This is an interesting little movie. It is some of the lowest work of a person who's that like outsider, little guy we fight for, Bruno Mattei. So if you liked or hated Hell of the Living Dead or Rat, the other Hell, this is what he was doing the last decade of his life. So
and it was truly a loss for society.
Yes, it was. It actually does include very small amount of Jaws footage, just to be kind.
Can I pick it out?
Yeah,
I didn't realize that until I watched it again, because I watched this in the 90s. This was a VHS rental.
Yep.
So,
well, that's how this film was got in.
So like I
remember
right into like one, but I mean like I find like I saw it and I'm like, sharks. This blatantly steals a shot from the opening of one of the most famous blockbuster movies of all time, Jaws. Like I saw that POV of the shark and I'm like, how did they get away with this? Because I do not understand still for the life of me. I couldn't put even a smaller part
hidden
of that
as
scene
stock
into one of my
footage.
shows. So, what you gonna do?
I want to get right into that porn part, though, you were talking about, Trevor. I'm not even gonna lie.
Well, okay, so Bruno Mattei is not celebrated among the Italian directors, but you love some of his work. But this work between this is 95, so 95 when he died, like 2010, he made all these knockoffs. He did one that was a ripoff of Zombie. The fully film. He did one that was a ripoff of The Mummy, The Tomb. He did a couple other things, but what was actually putting the bread and butter on the table was very much like Jean Rollin or Jess Franco. Is he was doing hardcore pornography off and on, and this film was literally a situation in which you to the area that you were going to film, and then you just send out a casting call to who connections to. So that's why everybody in this film is either a pseudonym, or if they gave their real name, you're not going to find more listings. The rest are most likely on a porn database of like movie media, solid media porn.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's awesome. You know, there is. This was working on something. At least the actors thought they were getting into something bigger and better. So I'm hating on the actors too much, but
I don't hate on them at all.
I can't help it. That little girl, the acting was annoying me. She
had
like a delay. She had no facial structure. She was just like,
she was in like 4 scenes.
It's like, it's like fake crying.
Like, the biggest problem.
Which then leads to like the first 8 measures of the John Williams Star Wars suite. So we know we must fight the rebellion every time little girl feels the warm and fuzzies.
Yeah, I heard that too. I was like, Jesus, this movie really tried to get away with a lot.
It's an experiment on how far you can truly go in copyright.
Yeah, but you can go that far because nobody cares about your movie called Cruel Jaws. Like, you screwed yourself right out of the gate putting that on the box.
Well, it's still available via streaming, but because of the anniversary, it's already gone out of print. I've ever and other ones like that. But when it came out, why they even gave 2 shits about it was making bank, and that was the VHS thing. It was new. We'd rent it. So yet again, there's a situation where the studio wasn't aware until this film's making a lot of money. We need to like suppress this now.
I'll tell you.
And that's kind of how this came to be.
Going back in the day, though, adding to what you're saying, like with VHS and like how it just kept so much alive. That's why most of your favorite filmmakers from back in the day worked on porn, and you have no idea. That's when times are thin. Back in the day, porn kept everybody working.
Not everybody's as ballsy as Abel Ferrara.
2008, I can tell you a lot of big names that were. You know, and go back to the 70s even
more.
That's what you should have.
That's cool. That's kind of interesting.
See more butts.
That
That's
was actually Steven Spielberg.
That was a porn director guy who he had a show on. They
Take It, Smithy. So
they made a show like on Showtime or HBO. I forgot what it was, but it was like you go in his studio and everything, and they talk about porn stuff. You meet porn stars and everything. I used to watch that back in the day.
Real sex?
Yeah,
Real Sex?
No, it wasn't Real Sex. I watched that too.
That was really good.
That was a good show.
I remember that show.
Me too.
I remember it.
Real Sex 14.
I remember Real Sex.
Who remembered Red Shoe Diaries?
I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Zalman King.
Dr.
great
Ruth on
Zalman
Showtime.
I remember
All
the
the
run of
kids.
the
Dr. Ruth.
sex comedy Dream On.
Talk.
David Duchovny.
Johan.
Red Shoe Diaries.
Red Shoe Diaries.
Yeah, before he was on X-Files.
Yep.
Oh,
Hey man, you gotta start somewhere, dog.
hell yeah.
Hey, the sex addiction came from somewhere. Zalman King looks like the one.
Sir, what'd you think of this movie?
I Sturdy liked it. Sturdy had a good time with it. It was fun. I wasn't
We
great,
love
but
shark
it was
movies.
fun.
Because he's afraid of the water.
My favorite.
I'm
is
terrified of
when
the
they're
ocean.
all
Fuck the
running.
ocean. I don't need to be in there.
'Cause
That's how you don't get bit by sharks.
I want to know why sharks bite docks. Like, what do they like? What is the instinctual
To get to the person that's standing on the dock.
No, I know
it
why.
bites through the dock quite a bit.
I know
Like,
why.
Like
jumping through the dock.
It's
like
trying to make a
immediate-
toothpick to get that last human out of
This guy.
That
Sharks
makes sense
like
too.
wood.
I'll
They like
accept in
hardwood.
Jaws when he breaks the dock and they go in. Like I'll accept it. But Cruel Jaws goes one farther and is like, oh, smorgasbord, and chomps that thing to hell. And the best part is, it's not like the shark is chomping through it and it's going really great. He's still working on a piece of wood. They could have all walked off of the deck.
Oh,
Yeah,
no, did he?
They were like running and pushing people like that. There was one dude, he's running and he actively goes and then falls in too. That's my favorite.
I still think that chick pushed a little girl out of the wheelchair into the water.
Oh my God.
She kicked her. She said, "Fuck you, Susie."
The one who died for her?
Yep, because she felt sorry after she pushed her.
No, she
I
wasn't
couldn't
even
remember.
near her when
That's
she
what
fell.
happened.
She wasn't even near her when she fell in the water.
Listen, I got to make my own story up to make this movie.
You hated that little girl
That's not
so
my
much,
read.
you're trying to justify why she ended up in that water.
I hate that little girl.
On that.
I wanted two things to
There
happen
we go.
that didn't.
Sex in the
And
City
that
again.
was number one, a epilogue that Pookie and the other dolphin were set free and then eventually lived the rest of their journey till they became insides for a starfish tuna can. Or I wanted the dolphins kick some shark ass.
I was about to say
It
that.
didn't get.
I
So
thought
had
we were
be
going
the
to get
third
that
act of
because I
Flipper.
thought they were
Yeah.
foreshadowing. The little girl said that. She goes, "If I'm ever in danger, Daisy and whatever the other one's name or something, so they'll save me." And I thought that was going to happen when she
Pookie
fell in
and
the water.
Daisy.
I
Nope.
never at any point watching this very low budget film thought that those dolphins were going to fight that shark. I was like, they have them. They're there. They're in Florida filming.
I mean,
or
all they had to
something.
do was use a clip.
This
All they
thing,
had
I'm
to do,
still
though,
like,
listen,
this would be great.
Was use a clip, just like they've been doing. Use a clip from another movie of a dolphin bumping
Where?
a shark with its nose once or
Where?
twice.
Where? I didn't even hear that lore until like the
Steal
fifth grade.
something from
Calm
Orca
down.
and just get in there.
We didn't have any footage.
I'm sure
Yeah,
there was footage back
technically,
then.
yeah.
In real life, a group of dolphins kill a shark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they gang up on
Oh
sharks
yeah,
in
yeah,
real life.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, no, no.
Mhm.
Listen, I'm not.
Then they
saying
do
that it's
drugs.
impossible.
They do puffer. They pass the
Dolphins
puffer
hunt
fish,
sharks. They straight up
And
like
they-
set out to mess up sharks.
Dolphins hunt humans. It's just
and they
fucking-
rape.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're rapists. They're the rapists of the
Hey,
ocean.
man. Hey man, you gotta get in where you fit in. You know.
You would think it's the
Yeah,
octopus with
oh.
more arms, but
Dolphins are
It's
the,
the
Geordie
snout for me.
LaForge of the ocean.
Hey man, you get what you can get. You know.
In
Wait
the
for every
ocean?
Star Trek fan to go crazy.
In the ocean. Oh, Star Trek 3, The Whales in the
Hey,
Sky.
Hey,
I
cause
never
it's
wanna
more
see that.
emotion.
Flipper.
That's what you
Yo.
took in that movie.
Yeah, the space.
Deep
if
flipper.
there's something wrong with my brain, like Free Willy, for
if-
example. Well, Free Willy at the end, you know when the whale
Free
jumps
Willy,
over,
I mean,
jumps
Yeah.
over him?
We
The
could have
iconic
watched
scene.
My
Orca,
first
but you chose
instinct is
Cruel
hoping it
Jaws.
dropped short and
poorly
landed
made
on him.
film.
That's cruel.
This film came out and I thought it was about a stripper, you know, or
Free
somebody
Willy.
who like.
Listen,
goes,
if I'm gonna
"Wee,
watch
Free
a
Willy."
Jaws themed like sea creature movie, it better have a killer whale abortion in it. I need a
Okay.
miscarriage of a killer whale in it. That's the only way I'm spanning out from now on.
I respect that. My stance is it has to have LL Cool J in it. But hey, tomato, tomato.
That's not a shark movie. That's an LL movie that a shark happens to be in.
See, there's a difference.
There is a
You,
difference.
you, what you need, if you want LL in a movie like this, you need to have like the Hulk Hogan version of this film, LL version of that.
No, just tell him Michael Myers is in it and he'll be right in. Be like, I'm joining. And no,
Boom.
I don't think that Busta Rhymes and LL look the same. I know they're in two separate
Good.
movies.
All
I
right.
know who I'm talking
There
to.
we go. That's good.
Too many people forget that LL was in one of the fucking Halloween movies too.
Halloween H2O.
I
The
don't
second
remember that.
best one.
I don't even remember that.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Although
I know Buster Rhymes was.
That's
Actually,
the
you know
second
what, right?
best.
that's what.
No, no, no. Time
see,
out.
that's what I get every time.
Hold that.
That
Hold
up
on
there,
to that,
that
Johnny.
guy.
'Cause- Hold on to that till Halloween
Okay.
to have that conversation and those
Aaron,
arguments.
I
Hold
can't
on
hold
to
on
it.
to that long.
It's been a long time. to
Deepest,
win.
bluest. My head is like a shark fin.
At our age,
I might not make it
man,
to Halloween.
doing an hour-long test, but till Halloween.
Oh,
No, Johnny's young. He's only like 27.
Yeah, Johnny's good. Johnny's got a whole life ahead of him.
That's in black years.
Well, how old are you in real years?
I'm 34 in real years. 27
Oh.
black.
That's still young.
27 in black years is 62. Black don't
It
crack.
just don't crack, right?
Unless you
that's
smoke
true.
them.
Don't lie to us.
I'm 42. He's acting
I'm
like 34.
already
It's
cracking. My face is already falling apart. Why do you think Emma Stone at 34 has to take fucking face injections?
Ooh, yeah.
There's white cracks everywhere. Except
Because
for
they can't
Trevor
accept
for some
age.
reason. Trevor just looks good. It's kind of annoying, Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor. Yeah, no, Trevor got. Trevor
Trevor don't crack
he got
either.
some in him. He got some in him.
He has a whole makeup team. They just left the room.
Trevor somehow aged. Trevor doesn't get old. He ages gracefully.
Like a vampire?
No, they don't age.
He looked up mighty fast on that one. Don't tell him. Don't tell him. Don't tell
Age
him.
is a thing that happens. Yeah.
That's the secret. Black people and vampires.
How do you know I was a vampire?
Oh, what's the? All right. What's? All right. I can't believe I'm doing this, but it's Cruel Jaws. So who gives a shit? What do you think every race is most afraid of in horror movie monster world?
Oof.
Ooh. Yeah, because black people don't go to the woods, so we can't say
No.
slashers.
It's
People
tough
don't do
because-
anything. They're not going to go in a haunted house. They're not going to go in the woods. They're not taking any chances. And I don't.
Well,
know,
there's
but
this thing
still.
called, like real life is scary enough for us. So it's like, why add
Yeah.
on to it?
It's like
It's like
every
why
day.
add
All
more
right,
depth
listen,
to it?
listen. On this horror movie podcast, you didn't have to get real all of a sudden. Like
I'm just saying. Even if you put it into movie form,
What's-
it's like
What's
shit.
the one trope from
procedurals,
horror
is that
movies
your
black
answer?
people are afraid of the most? When
I mean-
the sheriff shows up before he
Yeah.
dies.
I mean,
Holy
I
shit,
could say.
that was the ending of Get Out too. So it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
I mean, I could say, and cuz Sturdy, you can agree with this. I think black people are more excited for like zombie apocalypses because we were like prepared for that shit. Like I know a lot of black folks.
We think we are at least.
How are you prepared for it?
Won't
I
that
need
happen?
to know.
We can't give our secrets out there.
I looked at this. I told my family straight up. I was like, if God forbid, Walking Dead type of apocalypse happens, I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna look at the flowers, Lily. Look at the
Yep.
flowers, and then I'm gonna drop the gun and I'm walking out and I'll let them eat me. But
I'm
I
taking
didn't
over
let
a
anybody
Walmart.
live through that hellscape. That shit is the most depressing. Hope is gone. I'm done. I'm out. I got
Taking
no
over a
hope left.
Walmart. That's where all the
And I can
food
say this
weapons-
because I do not fear zombies coming.
At this point, the way things are,
we're more likely to have an alien invasion.
I'm
That's
actually
true.
kind of welcoming that at the moment.
yeah. Klaatu Barata Niktu. Come on, guys.
Which
I know
you-
nothing.
I know you know, so don't say it. But I have a trivia question. It was one of them. I'm mad I didn't get to it. But what movie does that quote?
Two girls, one cup.
No. What movie does that fucking guy?
What quote?
Go ahead, say it.
What did I say again?
Klaatu Barata Niktu.
Oh, yeah.
I
What
know it.
movie does that
Yes.
originate from?
And not the announced film where it's mispronounced, but
Well, technically,
What's
it is
the
pronounced
original?
correctly because the wizard
that's
does
correctly, but it's played.
I agree, though.
Listen,
Yeah,
guys.
not his.
It's just what decade?
I was gonna say it was
No,
Jaden
I'm not
Smith's
telling you the
binding
decade
performance.
because it spans it too much. But I will tell you this: the movie it's from is more of a sci-fi than a horror.
Yeah.
But I would still say it has a horror element to it.
1,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
That's not a bad guess. It goes sort of
Vern's
the wrong way
awesome.
in science fiction, but that's not a bad guess, honestly.
I was gonna start yelling out the wrong movie. I was gonna be like Pootie Tang.
You let
Pootie
me-
Tang.
It's like throwing out like Petey Wheatstraw.
White chicks.
It is not White Chicks. Although I did work with Eddie Velez on White Chicks. He's a nice guy. And I met Lachlan Monroe. He was nice too. Wayne's
Not
I
for
want
up
to.
to.
I want to.
still
I want
waiting
to
for
say
a
it.
phone call.
I
Not
want
for
to
up
say it,
to.
but I'm a movie nerd. So I'm not gonna say it.
I have no idea.
I feel like I'm cheating if I
What
say
do you
it.
want to tell him? Trevor, go ahead. You said it first, so you should tell him.
Tell him? Okay. Well, the film everybody sees it. Just it network television of any style always plays it, but we're also in love with the term Klaatu Barata Niktu, because everybody goes Klaatu Barata necktie, but the right pronunciation Barata Niktu is from the amazing film The Day the Earth Stood Still.
The original, none of that Keanu Reeves shit.
I'm be honest
Yeah,
with you. I
yeah.
actually like the Keanu Reeves one because it got me to see the original. So I respect it because it led me to the
I'll give you
original.
that. I'll give you that. And do you know who? I know you know who. But the same man who directed Star Wars, Star Trek: The Motion Picture, West Side Story, and countless others. Robert Wise directed that movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
Great film. That's it. That's all I got.
Also edited Citizen Kane.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, he's been around a long time.
Oh, very much.
Also, is allergic to popcorn. Didn't know that, did you?
I
made
did
that up.
know that.
But no
story.
vampires. To
Popcorn
answer your
all the
original
time.
question, what are each race is scared of? Black people are scared of vampires.
Why
Why?
vampires?
Why?
They gotta bite you, dog. They gotta bite you.
Lots of things.
Is this
Yeah,
a
is
is
this
this
a
a
more
is
afraid
this
of
one of those
werewolves?
defensive homophobic things you guys got? You can't have someone to bite your neck.
No,
Please
what
be a
happens is
vampire.
the woman will seduce us, and we won't be
Exactly.
able to
You don't
fight that
fall
off. We're gonna be like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, baby, oh that's the spot. Ah!
I was scared of vampires till I saw Blade. Then I'm like, okay, there's one that protects us because he looks like us, so I know we good.
See?
Okay.
Grace Jones and Vamp was
Yeah.
pretty appealing.
But she wouldn't protect us though. I know Blade would protect us.
Fantastic.
So
Well,
is that
yeah.
why you don't like
I
vampire
mean,
movies?
he's got
Scare you?
history in Marvel.
No,
and
they're
shit,
boring.
so, yeah.
They're not
No,
boring.
Sturdy is well
man.
documented on his hatred of vampire movies.
Vampire lore is
There's
awesome.
only a handful I like. Sinners, amazing.
Yeah.
I still
There's a
didn't
few
watch
more
that
like
yet.
I need to see
And the
that.
weird thing is, like, out of all the vampire movies we've seen over like the past 20, 25 years, Sinners is the most like connected to the actual lore of American vampires.
Yeah.
Everything else sort of has these elements to it that's like, I mean, I want to watch Fright Night. I don't want to watch this. Like, what is this shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Sinners, they handle vampire lore really, really freaking well.
Yeah. It's one of my all-timer favorite horror movies.
Yeah, it's 10 out of 10 for me too. I'm with you.
That's an awesome movie.
All-timers.
I gotta see that. I gotta watch that again.
I also like Nosferatu. You gotta check that out, cuz.
Yeah, me too. I like that movie
Yeah,
a lot.
Nosferatu's 10 out of 10 for me too.
Yeah,
That's a
Yeah,
great
that was
Eggers.
I
awesome.
still need to see that.
Oh,
so good,
so
dude.
I need to see the extended. I'm not sure if it's a huge
There's an extended
difference,
one?
but
Oh,
I didn't know there was
I
an
need to see
extended
the
cut.
extended
yeah, it was a slightly
Oh,
extended. What came out and stuff.
Eggers
Okay.
doing a director's cut. I'm in.
He's what? He made 4 movies, so he's 4 out of 4 with me. The bitch.
So did Coogler.
Yeah.
So did
4 out of
Jordan
4.
Peele.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, Jordan has 3. His 4th
No,
one's coming.
didn't he? I thought he directed Keanu. Did he not?
No,
I didn't like
he,
the
he
Alien
produced Keanu.
Oh, okay.
You didn't like what the hell was that one called? I like that one. It was weird.
No, son.
Nope. Yeah. Nope.
I love Nope.
I love Nope.
Yeah,
I like
he's
Nope.
like-
No, man.
Nosferatu made you mad.
I think you need to try Nope out again. Try it
Yeah,
out for size. I
yeah.
think you'll like it.
The
Very
alien
cool.
part was
'Cause
so
to-
annoying.
Because to tie into our subject, especially what you guys are
Mhm.
watching this weekend, it's like Space Jaws.
It is.
Yeah.
It is in the desert.
Yeah.
Okay.
Space Jaws.
Yeah.
in the desert.
Space
Space
Jaws.
Jaws exploitation has more to do with the story of Jaws, a shark. When you
Yeah.
really come down,
It's like The
and
Exorcist.
that's yeah.
Every
It's
Exorcist.
why they tried to suppress William old Girdler's Grizzly. Because that did so amazingly well, and it literally takes the plot. The studio did try to suppress, but it didn't go through. Unlike this film in the United States, there was a point where this, and I believe Last Shark, VHS copies pulled, and anytime somebody tried to release it, it was also removed from the market. Now things like this live on the internet, but still it's hard to get physical copies.
True.
So,
Trevor, if I could just say, hearing the pain in your heart when you called this movie a film. Your face actually
Felt
went. So
for
when
you.
you're talking about this film, and like, I was like,
I heard that pause too. I heard it.
Mhm.
It was a pregnant pause.
I'm with it. I'm like, this is
That
a
was
terrible movie. You're
unintentional,
right,
but,
but I did enjoy it. Like, but I enjoy it again. I mentioned Demon Wind. I don't know why it reminds me of that for some reason, just in tone.
Yeah.
I like Demon Knight.
Not Demon Knight. Demon Knight.
Demon
is
Wind.
Demon Wind.
Oh,
yeah,
Demon.
that's very
Wait a
Demon
minute, did we
Wind?
review that?
I
A
think
few years ago, yeah.
Oh my god, that movie is okay.
it's wild.
I don't remember it.
It's
But I don't,
wild as fuck.
Is it like
Look at that now.
a wind full of demons?
Oh, dude, you gotta watch it. Just watch
You
it.
gotta watch it.
Demon Wind's kind of an Evil Dead ripoff.
Yeah,
of
in a way.
You're being very loose with and kind with that kind of.
Yeah.
Well,
I
I
would
think Raimi
say
liked that stuff, so
absolutely.
he was probably.
I might have watched it just because it was a Vinegar
I like
Syndrome
Demon
release,
Oh, I'm with you
so-
on it. I liked it. I had a fun time with it.
Mhm.
But that's
That
what I
was
mean.
just
like,
wild. It was just chaotic shit going on. You're like,
I
the
think
fuck?
shit like this reminds me of video store rentals. Just going in the horror
Mhm.
section, getting an old 50 cent or dollar horror rental, and like finding a gem that just sucks, but you're like, I'm experiencing this though.
Depends what
It's like
neighborhood you're in. You can get a $1 horror too.
That's why I like
Wow.
the Shutter app when it was.
Yeah.
I love
It
Shutter.
felt- it
I
felt
love
like-
Shutter.
Felt like
Actually,
going
he'll
to a
agree
video
with me on
store.
too.
Yo, Shutter Originals are like top
Oh, yeah.
tier.
Shutter's great for horror. Get the Criterion streaming service if you can,
Okay,
because it
okay.
has
Beautiful.
an
Yeah.
unending amount of wonderful, not just movies, but like interviews and special features and such.
I thought Criterion was
There are
like
comic-
British movies. Or
No.
No, if you go to like Indicator, but no, the Criterion Collection. Mick, tell them about the Criterion Collection.
So Criterion Collection, it's been around forever. I mean, like I would love to say that they pick the best of the best movies. They don't. I'm happy about that.
Yeah, because
Like,
Armageddon.
Armageddon is a. I have the double disc set of Criterion edition of Armageddon, and it's worth it. The thing is, I think I don't exactly know how they pick the movies that they go with. Trevor's probably a little more well versed in that, but like what they pick is impactful. These are movies from all around the world, all different times, all throughout the years, that really mean something. And like that's why I love their Criterion Closet series and such, where they have the actors and directors and filmmakers. The best one, hands down, for me, was a cinematography courses when they had what's his name, Roger Deakins in there. And his wife just teaching me about cinematography. That's what it is. It's these truly special films that just stand out, and they do, and they stand out for a reason. Whether they made a mark of a certain way and an impact, and socially, it could be it made a mark financially with the box office, but had a gravitas that because they're not just going to put like anything in there. Like,
Now,
it
here's my
has to
question.
really check off some boxes now. Trevor may know more about those boxes, so Trevor, you want to take that one, but
I don't mean to cut you off real quick though, but I just have a quick question.
Yes.
Okay, what can we do as a collective, and whoever's watching this, to get Criterion to do a Criterion edition of one of the greatest films of all time? I mentioned it earlier, Pootie Tang. How can we get a Criterion?
If we don't have a Last Dragon,
Yeah, you're looking more at maybe Vinegar Syndrome if it was a Paramount release. Maybe Severn. Honestly, Shout Factory at the very best, but gonna have it.
See, that was a Criterion quality film.
But there
missing
was
out.
an edition of Midnight released this week that was fucking awesome. So, okay, and also this week they've released The Wiz. And I don't know how, in my neurodivergent brain, that I am 49, and it took me that to figure out that The Wiz was directed by Cindy Lumet.
You didn't know?
But was written
know
by
that?
freaking Joel Schumacher?
Yep.
Yeah, he did Car
Joel
Wash.
Schumacher?
Yeah.
This was a very different viewing. After apparently when I viewed it when I was a kid, it was just like the television cut up version, and about who directed it or whatever.
Oh, and I get that, but think about it too, because I know you'll see it. Because I think I was maybe a little younger, like film school. I probably learned around like that Sidney Lumet did it, but it was because at the time, look at the film Sidney was doing, and then
amazing.
But look at how he was establishing New York, the city. If anything, that man made New York City and its look iconic in the 70s. So,
but I think Lumet Ments.
Just, I mean, I would.
Yeah.
How do you not pick him?
That was a shock. It was like, oh wow, it was really different for Lumet. But then when you added Joel Schumacher, I was just like, I wonder how this idea would have turned out if slightly different.
A gay man not writing the Wizard of Oz.
Bingo, yeah.
It had to. I still love that.
He influenced black culture quite a bit. That car wash.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah.
Amazing.
And it's amazing. It's just, we just came off this, month of blaxploitation, and one of the big things, honestly, defined that was in which you got wonderful people in front of the camera, but sometimes you just always had whoever the producer was throwing who was actually doing the real work. It then led to a whole bunch of other movies and, great stuff from like Richard Roundtree, and you have like some of the films that he pushed through. So, but no, I didn't know the content, and it just kind of opened my eyes a little bit more to the movie this time.
I love it. I love that movie. I'm gonna buy it.
Oh, it's great.
No, you're just telling me I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah, and Diana Ross being so amazingly vulnerable
and old
as a Dorothy character.
She shoehorned herself into that movie. They wanted, because I remember reading about it. Like, what's his name? Quincy Jones wanted an up and coming young lady to star in the role, to kind of like what it did for what's her name, Judy Garland, to kind of in to work with all of these great black musicians and actors, and to come in there and would really build a star, and he wanted that. And Diana Ross was like, no, it's me. And everybody's just kind of like, well, you're in your 30s, you're supposed to be 16. No, it's me. So they had to rewrite like the whole beginning, and then the central theme of the story for her. So what could have been, though, would have been interesting. For sure. But Michael Jackson was the only one that fought the most for it to be in it.
They're besties.
Oh, yeah. No, they were very close.
His first and last movie.
No, it wasn't.
Like, I'm talking about like full feature. That wasn't like a short.
Moonwalker.
The
I just edited that out of my brain. Oh my god.
He said I edited that out of my brain.
Yeah, he did make Moonwalker. Yeah.
I remember standing in line and being put into a holding area where you had to watch this like half-hour Kodak commercial. Then you were taken into this bigger auditorium for Captain EO.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Captain EO was awesome. They brought it back after he died for like 10 years at Disney World.
And it was big,
I love
big enough that, we'd stand for a half-hour freaking Kodak commercial.
Yep.
Dying in the heat. It's Jackson. I mean, yeah.
I don't blame you.
I think it's on Disney Plus too.
Disney owns it because it's through Epcot.
So I think Captain EO's actually on Disney Plus. I think you can watch it anytime too.
Nice.
I'll tell you what. Saw the Odyssey trailer today.
Oh, you went to see that movie?
That movie. I saw the movie. I went and saw it again because I wanted to see the Odyssey. Well, my son wanted to see it too, so I'm glad I get to go with him. But I went to go see the Odyssey trailer. I was like, "You're not showing it online? Fuck it, let's do this."
Yeah.
I need to see this.
I guess that's a good reason to see that film.
It's gonna be like 10, 20 seconds. It's gonna be amazing. There's a lot of Greeks in it, guys. Don't get mad or anything. I know you're not into that.
I don't think that's gonna bother me. I don't know about the rest of them.
I love feta cheese.
Hey man, Spider-Man and the Punisher is in it with Jason Bourne. I'm all for it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Listen,
There you go.
and Spider-Man.
I'm sure Hulk Hogan, Mr. Guy, liked it Greek. So
You need to calm down. Team
Hulk
Hulk
Hogan.
Hogan is the new real American hero.
It might be.
Yo, if they played that song in that movie, I would have lost my shit.
It would have been great. Although, like, Hogan was the NWO switch already happened by this point.
Yeah,
When
yep,
this came out.
95. Yeah.
He wasn't even a good guy anymore by that point. So it's like so odd that this dude's just chilling. I wonder. I want to see when this came out versus when he came. No, like what date versus when he came out as a bad guy, and they were just like, "Fuck."
Can't use him.
He's the closest to a real life Stretch Armstrong I've ever seen. That's what he reminded me of.
Stretch Armstrong and Hogan.
Though. Hogan
Well, Stretch Armstrong had the handlebar thing. He was blonde. It was just, yeah.
I remember him.
That was Hogan without the steroids and baby oil all over himself.
Well,
That's how he would
oil
look.
him up now.
Well, now he'd be all flabby and
he's
say the
flabby.
N word.
He's
Say the
sad.
N word a lot.
Y'all saw Monday Night Raw.
I've seen the
How
clip.
do you think it is? His nipples are hard. Just oil them anyway.
But I got something to show you guys. What if I told you I had a video of Jonathan Breck and Malcolm McDowell sword fighting?
Say
I would
what?
say show it to me right now.
What?
I don't think.
Listen,
I
It
seen
was a
that.
quick clip.
It's technically a lightsaber
of
dude.
course,
But-
it doesn't happen at
Excuse me.
CFF when I'm there.
No, that was at Scaricon a few years back.
No, that's what I'm saying. Of course, it doesn't happen at CFF when I'm there.
Zod
There,
versus
there.
Bring some lightsabers with you.
Next time I'm gonna make this happen. We're like,
Sure.
"Well,
So it
Challenge
wasn't a
people.
euphemism. It actually was a real thing. So wow.
Mhm.
Zod v Creeper.
I wasn't being weird this time, guys. I was being serious.
This
Yeah, I thought it
time.
was the Yin Yang twins. I thought you were
it
doing
was
a
like,
Yin
I don't
Yang
want to
twins.
talk about Cruel Jaws anymore.
I thought you were gonna do a
Yeah.
OG
I do have
You gotta
something
wrap
to
it
say
up.
about that. I remember another part that bothered me in Cruel Jaws.
What's that?
The girl, they get an argument. The girl goes to a party, definitely cheating on him, and goes back to the house talking to his sister and everything like nothing happened. Like, it's all cool.
I don't even know who cheated on who. That's how non-invested I was in any of the side stories in this movie.
I mean, I did like the shark jumping out the water eating the helicopter.
That was what I was invested in the
That
most.
was from the Tomorrow Night's movie, actually. I think.
You
I
know,
watched the wrong movie then.
nah.
Is it Orca?
No.
Are there
no.
any miscarriages?
A
in
large
this
parts
movie?
of Tomorrow Night's movie you watched in Cruel Jaws.
It's a nice movie.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
It's one of those. They kind of just
I
held
don't know
each
why
other out.
somebody chose every shark movie to watch this week, but he did.
It wasn't. There's nowhere near every shark movie. There's a lot more, and there's a lot worse I could have picked for
I
both of
watched
these
the
nights.
Jaws ripoff today in Jurassic World Rebirth.
Ah,
Nice.
way to plug it. Way to
Ooh,
plug it.
there is a satire came out in 1975 called Bacalao, which is about a huge
God.
carp.
Mhm.
It technically is referred to as the first Jaws exploitation film, and I did find it either on Tubi or YouTube.
Wow.
Sorry, I
Please
just had to share that.
send me
because
that movie cover, Trevor. I gotta see
It
this.
is.
Yeah, I need to see
It's
it too.
I'm intrigued.
insane. It's a sex comedy
I'm in.
Of
with
course it is.
like creature in the yeah.
I love it already.
That's how early I got.
I mean, I'm in.
Didn't watch it. I figured it would be for a special time.
It may be.
You know,
a sex com with Jaws.
I didn't hear anything bad about anything you just said.
Me neither. Me neither.
Why
And
do
you know
look
what?
like
I gotta
you're
say
about
this.
To be an extra at the Haunted Mansion.
Hmm?
You look like a ghost. That light actually looks like it's shining on you.
I know.
Oh, the one in the back.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Listen,
I want like a really fun aquatic horror movie.
I got one
People
for you.
think-
You
Ooh,
notice
there's so
that
many.
Nothing bad happens in that one.
What is it called?
Nothing good either,
good
but it's
either.
awesome.
Oh, I got one for you. It's a TV miniseries based on a Peter Benchley novel called The Beast. Watch it.
The Beast, yeah. William Peterson.
William Peterson's in it. Yep, I remember that
Yes.
one.
I might have seen that.
That was on TV. It was on NBC.
The
I
dude
remember
from
when they went on a
CSI?
kick with Peter Ben.
Jaws is a squid.
Yeah, it's a giant squid or octopus.
Oh, wow.
Whatever it is.
Okay.
Jaws
check
is
that out.
squid.
Good undersea.
There was one. I remember I was like 12 when that came out, or 13, and there was like one girl in that movie, and it was just like, yep, sexual discovery happens. Grandizer, what's up?
What's
How's it
happening,
going?
Grandizer?
I'll be back.
Dive into ratings really quick.
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
give
real
this one
quick. Gotta go to the
a
bathroom.
4.
All right, 3.5. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be back.
Yep.
3. Because the little girl bothered me so much.
How about you, Trevor?
Oh, it's
I will have to go with 3. Even though I have a great deal of for Mr. Bruno Mattei,
Just no.
at this point, if he was anything close to a moviola or a similar program, he should have had his hands smashed
Oh,
repeatedly. I mean, it makes Claudio Fragasso's Troll 2 look like a masterpiece.
I heard they're making a sequel of that.
Bullshit.
Or they're making a remake or something.
this is better than
Bullshit.
Troll 2.
I might have to argue that one. Trevor.
Well, the fun
He
thing
pisses
is
on the
Mattei
food.
and Fragasso were a team for years.
No. Listen, I'm not arguing that one is good. I'm just
Oh
arguing.
no,
that,
they aren't.
like, Troll 2 is really bad. I think we added nostalgia to it because they made a goddamn documentary about it. But in reality,
Mhm.
That movie's god awful.
Grandfather talking. Oh my god,
Mm-hmm.
that movie is so bad. Oh my god, Nilbog means goblin backwards. What? Like, shut up.
The kid pissing on the table is what pisses me off the most. Every single time I see this movie, I just hate that kid.
He saved
like, why
his
is-
family. That's the one thing I'm like,
I
at least
guess.
he did something. He took action.
That's
Sturdy
a
Pissed
like,
wrong
on a
way to do
table,
it.
that's your problem?
Huh?
You say because he pissed on a table?
Yeah.
you don't.
I hate
you
when
don't
that
like
happens.
anti-Establishment.
Flip that fucking table over.
You're all.
Pissing on the damn table.
Anybody who doesn't like.
So
that
it's
he pissed
better
on
to
that
pee
table,
if you
must-
flip it over.
I'm not doing it.
No, I'm gonna flip it over with him on it after pissing on that table.
I heard
okay.
this is R. Kelly's favorite movie.
Unfortunately, I'm making kind of like a diagram in my mind.
My
so I
favorite
apologize.
part is when the dad brings him upstairs and he's like, "You pissed all over our good food and our nice food that we were gonna eat. You know what I'm gonna do?" And he starts taking off his belt, and you're like, "Oh shit!" It's about to turn into something else. And he tightens it, and he goes, "I'm gonna tighten my belt out of hunger because I'm starving."
Oh,
Like dialogue like this, you wonder why it never made an Academy Award.
that movie was so fucking bad.
It was.
That movie was so fucking bad.
That's why, like with Cruel Jaws, it's like at least the shark, in a weird way, looked more realistic than the shark in Jaws. I can give it that, but that's the point of Jaws. Like it's yeah, I can't like. I'll never defend Troll 2. That movie, and the fact that what's his name, like straight up talks about it, like no, it's the greatest movie of all time. Like I hate you for that. Like shut up. Like come on. I made Second Grade to Love, and I know your movie's worse.
Mm.
And I actively speak out against that stupid shit.
What do you rate Cruel Jaws, Mick?
2.5, maybe.
We gotta stop having the same scores these weeks.
Yeah, well,
You and
listen,
Mick?
that just
What's
means
happening?
that we're on the same page. Like the fucking.
I don't want to be nowhere near the page you're on.
You want to be on my page? I can tell. Take that shirt off. Snap it off. Let's see it. Let's see them nips.
Do a transition piece of content for you later.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
I'll do one of those silhouettes from last year or whatever, year before,
That's wild.
with the red lights.
He's
Don't
gonna
drop. Listen, just don't drop that bullshit in the group chat.
Now it's gonna go on TikTok,
Oh,
tagging them.
there you go.
Come
All right,
watch the scene
Event
now.
Horizons here. Ready for some docking?
Oh gosh.
Yeah, this movie fucking sucked. 2.5. It was bullshit. The action sucked. The fucking Timu characters casting was bullshit. The scenes were shot stupid. Nothing fucking added up. The little girl was annoying. Fucking they lied to her about the other lady dying, and then fucking thing ends with the most ridiculous shit. Just why? What was the point of this ending? It was so long for nothing. Them trying to portray happiness currently.
I straight up.
And the
that little
foreshadowing.
girl with you guys has been treated like pure shit, and all that little girl, and she did a good job. In fact, I've seen a lot of movies where actors play like they're in a wheelchair, and they fucking move their legs. I didn't really see her moving her legs. I don't know if she was really disabled.
She's a method actor.
Corey Haim drives me nuts in Silver Bullet. That little fucker moves his legs all the time. I'm like, dude, the whole purpose. Why even do this?
The little girl was like, oh
my God.
She became that,
You know
character.
She should have focused on
total of
facial
4
acting
days
more
they
than
were
that.
filming. Yeah.
No,
You
the
know
little girl
what's-
did fine. The little girl played it well.
No.
Yeah, you're wrong.
You know what's funny and fucked up about this though is like, you find out she's paralyzed or whatever from the waist down, and they just throw her in the water by herself with the fucking dolphins and shit.
That's what
I'm
I
like,
was saying.
They go, what if they turn on her?
Okay,
There's
we do
nobody
a
in
little
the
bit
water
of
with her.
context here rather than just like shit on this little girl. She had a life vest on.
I wasn't
And the
shitting on her.
dolphins
She
loved her.
needs to be
No.
putting
I'm
more
not shitting on
attention
her.
on the seal right now, because the seal is really not feeling like it's getting attention compared to
The dolphin.
Pookie and Daisy. So that to me is the real drama in this
I feel like a
piece of
seal
shit.
would be my friend.
celluloid
And that seal
thing.
really hated that landlord guy.
Yeah, and then what was with the deal with the 3 jerk-offs trying to fucking poison the dolphins and shit, and then they got caught by the seals. They started making noise, so they're out. They're like, fuck that, we're gone.
You mean was that the mafia part that actually was taken from the original
God.
Jaws novel?
It was
Yeah,
the
right.
part with the sun.
No,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
Randy, his 3 boys that were trying to poison using, I forgot what.
Rat poisoning or something.
Yeah, rat poisoning.
Yeah.
Something else.
Arsenic.
yeah.
Talk about that
Something.
tan
Oh my
pinstripe suit
God.
that guy wore.
You want one, don't you?
I want it for Halloween with his 2 very flamboyant henchmen. And in that house, which arguably beautiful home, but not the house of like this huge millionaire real estate mogul.
Wonderful pink.
Like it's like my house.
Yeah.
It's like any one of our houses here. That's what it
Mhm.
looks like there. And these guys are rolling in like, come on, money bags, give me the money. And it's like, I mean, he seems like he's living on a mailman type of
Salary.
It looks like he's
salary.
living in a
is
like
fine.
a Templar home.
I'm like, don't overextend yourself, you know? Like when they walked out the door and the girl's hiding behind the wall. And I'm like, why are you standing there, stupid? He's coming right at you.
I know, right?
And then he turns and opens the door, and I'm like, is that a closet? Like it's just randomly there. I don't care. I think it was funny as shit.
I hated the foreshadowing with them. It's like it was trained specifically to attack when someone tells it to. And then they were having another conversation where they were going to discuss important like detail about what their plan was or why something was occurring. No. We'll deal with that later. I'll tell you about that later. And then they cut to a whole nother scene later for him to
Different.
literally have
Yeah.
that conversation. It makes no fucking sense.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, it's a little more cruel.
I fucking hate this movie.
And they're gonna need a bigger helicopter. They just had to say it.
It's so
They just
bad.
had to say it.
Again, though, I say horror fans, go for it. Watch it.
Yeah, me too.
Go all in. Even
It's
if
fun.
I have it at 2.5, have fun.
Give it.
If nothing else, for the stock footage and the
You can watch a little
references
Jaws, listen to a little
and the
Star Wars.
porn stars, if you have a dolphin fetish, definitely, your thing. Yeah, I mean,
A dolphin.
for 20 minutes,
Hang on.
I wouldn't watch it again,
Yeah, let's talk
but
about this.
we can't just skip over that. We just talking about how bad the movie was. A few things, Jaws rip off, and a few other movies, porn stars. Then a dolphin fetish. Not even there's dolphins in the movie.
I'll tell you what movie I am gonna watch
Oh, that's funny.
is Timu Hulk Hogan's porn. I want to see that dude rock out. I want to see so much dick going on. Small Hulk Hogan. I hope. I don't ever hope anybody has a small dick, but I hope he does. And he still
Emu
goes
or the
through
real
it.
one?
Listen. Don't hate the player, hate the game.
I just asked. That doesn't even make any sense.
That he specializes in a very niche kind of porn.
Whoa, what kind?
Little kind?
Yeah, little dick kind. Oh
Yeah.
man, I remember when I started in little dick porn. I mean, wait, sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud. Did I say the out loud?
Uh-oh.
Listen, we already gave this movie a fucking 3. Nobody's watching.
4.
They'll listen to it later, and then they can picture me with a really tiny dick. We all know it's not true. I was the extra in the scene for 20
We don't
minutes.
all know that.
You know that.
No, I don't.
Sturdy, remember that time we were at a Buc-ee's down in North Carolina?
Nope.
Well, you missed out.
Mine was in a movie.
It was
Remember that movie
unmemorable.
Backdraft?
It was unmemorable for him.
You know that movie Backdraft? It was the hose.
Wow.
God damn it, James. God damn it, James.
Come on, I've been sitting here quiet. I had to do something.
Why?
That is
I
funny.
already called my dick small. You had to call your dick a fire hose.
Why not?
Why
Add
not?
insult to injury. He's
You just said, why not?
My dick be a fucking fire hose.
It opens up an element of Freudianness that, I mean, then is Backdraft at its core porno for pyros? And I'm not talking about Perry Farrell.
As a former firefighter, that movie is wildly
boy.
inaccurate.
Oh, I know.
Yep.
That was crazy.
Stop taking your masks off. What are you doing? Where's your Scott pack? I understand you have to act, but you couldn't pull it off in some other way. Like,
I know.
it's ridiculous.
They gotta
do
show
love
their
it.
faces.
Yeah.
Did you say racist?
Oh, their
No, so they
faces.
gotta show their faces. Yeah, sell tickets.
Listen, I've seen plenty since then that kept the masks on, and it works. It's fine by me. A little ADR. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. I know Kurt Russell's voice. I don't see his face all the time.
Wait, what?
He's in that movie.
Oh, oh, I'm like, what the hell is this guy talking
Yeah.
about? What the hell is this guy talking
One of
about?
the best parts of it, in my opinion. It's a good movie.
Oh, yeah, that's
Really
Yeah,
good
that's
movie,
good.
but
No, like, I won't
he's
argue.
really
I
good
think
at
people
it.
should watch it. I like
Yeah.
it. Granddaughter, next week, scary horror porn movies. I can give you 3. The Witches of Breastwick.
Scary horror porn.
What are you talking about?
Which one?
Witches of Breastwick. Dude, don't get me started. I know.
He said you can give him 3, so give him 3.
Feel
I
free.
am. I'm thinking about good ones. Calm down. Oh my god. This counts as 1. Any of the parodies of superheroes,
Mm-hmm.
except for
James-
Wonder Woman. They've never really tackled that well.
James and the
Sorry,
Beanstalk.
My garage went down, so I might be here on and off. I think I fixed it, but I had some garage issues.
So would you say Johnny doesn't always stream?
I guess not, man. Like technology around this house just doesn't want to work.
Been there.
All right, I'm
Mhm.
go to the bathroom, then I find out it's not working, and I'm just like, oh my god, I had to play repairman.
Hey man, repairman, man.
What?
We all know it. We all know
I
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
don't know where to
Bro.
go with that, Sturdy. Please do tell.
You guys don't remember what that's from? All that?
Yeah, all that.
I think I was a little
All
bit
that?
old for
Yeah,
that. I
on
remember all
Nickelodeon.
that, but I didn't watch it. Really.
Man,
Well, you guys are old.
I've seen the episodes, but they weren't good where I remember the fucking thing.
You're old. You're old. That's why you don't remember. OLD.
I'm not saying that hurts, but it really does.
That's fine. You're still
That's
living.
fine.
That's a good
I
thing.
can't use it
Hey, I
more
like
than it's
Rugrats.
okay. You know, listen, calm down there. Oh man, he really fucking didn't like us. He was like, "Fuck this guy." He was like, "This guy's sturdy."
Is there a song called Johnny Be Gone or something like that?
Johnny Be Good.
Oh,
Johnny be
Close.
gone.
It's my favorite.
hey,
Oh,
I'm a little
Inebriated.
like that. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
Look at that. He censored himself. That's good. That's a good job, James.
I know. Doing good.
It's called growth. Look at that.
He had to wait.
It's like that fire hose in Backdraft.
First of all, I hate to break it to you, but he said pretty terrible things during this show. So what is he holding back?
Well, I don't know. That was earlier.
That's fair.
That was in the past. You know, you can't bring up the past.
If I hold back, that means I had to think about what I was going to say for a second, and that's not good.
Yes, it is good.
That is
No.
good. But...
Because the stuff that just blurts out, you guys think it's horrible. If I catch myself that it's bad, then I don't know if you guys will handle what I say.
I don't even know what that means.
I don't want
It means I'll say something, and we might get you'll never be able to do a podcast ever again.
Oh yeah, I don't want that.
do it.
Me and Mick are gonna set up that hotline like his buddy did to him, just to check
I'll
on.
go down with this plane. I don't give a shit. All right, I'm wearing a Hawaiian shirt. Let's die. Let's take this into the fucking Alps. Let's fucking do it. Say it. I'm with you. I got you.
We'll do it over on the Scene Snobs.
No, you can do it on the Scene Snobs too. Do it. Go ahead. Go ahead. Say it.
He laughed. He's like, "Yes, hey, I'm out of here."
It's like that scene in Grandma's Boy. Fuck it, bro. We'll go to the loony bin together. I'll even document it for the scientific research.
I feel like
Bro, I
the
got you
funniest,
back way back.
the funniest part of that movie for me is the front door getting kicked open. That shit, I lost my fucking mind. I was high as shit watching that. I lost my fucking mind. Kick the shit out of that door for no reason.
That movie is so funny.
It is a funny movie. Any movies that you gents have lined up this week, maybe for review? You have to watch Heads of State. No, probably not. The new John Cena one.
Oh, okay.
Amazon Prime, yeah.
Heads of State, Old Guard 2. I liked the Old Guard. It was, action-y, but I like Charlize Theron. So I'm interested to see how this goes. And there's a documentary coming out, which I'm mad about because I've been writing a documentary for years about video stores, and now it's coming out. So I'm excited to see it, though. It's called Video Heaven. So I think it's coming out on Hulu next week, so I'll be checking that out, too.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I figure you like that one, too. I know the other guys here don't really like movies, so unfortunately, you guys probably won't enjoy it. It's all about movies.
Don't listen to his nonsense.
What is it called? Off Guard?
No, the Old Guard 2 is coming out. You should watch the first one. It's on Netflix. It's good.
Oh, okay.
Again, don't go in think like an underworld type movie, but not with the only supernatural is they're like immortal warriors.
Okay.
So like it's not like I didn't go into it with like a rich hope of history there with great writing, but I did enjoy it. And Charlize Theron, I think, adds a gravitas to the movie she shows up in.
Nice.
Interesting. And Grandize, to answer your question, so we'll be back tomorrow for another fantastic shark film, The Last Shark.
Does that bobbing head look familiar?
Mine?
Yeah.
So that'll be a fun one, hopefully. And then this Friday, boom, Jaws 4th of July marathon. It's going to be a great time on that. Cast for a Cause charity event starts at 8 p.m.
And I'm joining, and I'm going to cancel Jaws.
He's going to cancel Jaws.
I cannot wait. I want you to cancel Jaws so bad. I want you to say something so horrendous that cruel Jaws becomes.
Oh, there you go. Jesus Christ.
Friday's going to be so much fun. That Friday the 13th one we did was great. This one's a lot shorter. It's only 4 Jaws movies. We're going to be watching them in the Discord.
Get progressively horrible.
Yeah, it's all right, though. We're doing it together, so it's going to be a good time, and it's for a good cause. So I encourage anybody who's watching on any of the platforms, on any of our platforms, together, we're coming together. Just go ahead, share the streams. Try to help us get some money up for a friend of a friend who really needs it. They're going through a tough time. They were a podcaster as well. So, we got to make sure we support each other. So greatly appreciate it in advance to anybody who will actually come through, watch the movie with us, share the stream, and get down in the comments.
Yes, sir, it is, Grandizer. Yes, sir, it is. This Friday stream.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really
But
fun.
It's a new
I didn't
thing
say
that
anything.
Sturdy
He handled
does.
it perfectly.
He's becoming a horror host. What's the show called? What are you calling it again?
All right, we'll take on that one. So, the name of the show is Monster Video. July
There you
18th is going to be our first episode. We are going to be covering Curse of the Swamp Creatures. We're taking public domain movies. We're going to be watching them in the old style of like the Svengoolies, the Joe Bobs, the Zacharys, which we love so dear. And we're going to be watching them, sharing trivia. The man up there, not us. I'm a producer. This face don't need to be on screen. That man just drew Trevor. See, I'm going up Trevor's ass.
Ow.
He said, "Ow."
And I'm pointing at Sturdy. That is the horror host with the most, the world's first black horror host. And I don't know if that's true, but I'm going to say it. But we're going to give him the moniker. If Andre the Giant could be never been slammed before, Sturdy could be the first black horror host. That's fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's the man with the plan. Again, I'm up Trevor's ass just to point at him. I love him. But I love Trevor's ass too.
Oh man.
You should watch it. It's going to be a really good time. This Monster Video. The premise is Sir Sturdy has to serve his time in hell, working where? None other than Monster Video, the demon's #1 video store, and he'll be sharing you all the terribleness. So
He's gonna be wearing brown pants, just in case.
Most of what was said is true. Not everything. What James said, ignore that part.
you'll see the pants. God damn it! Blue shirt, brown pants.
Nice.
We got a lot of
We're gonna call
fun.
it cockbluster. I mean, sorry.
We got a lot of fun stuff coming up. And I'm excited for it. I can't wait. And tell your friends and tell your family. Tell people that love horror to come check it out. It's gonna be a really good time.
Not good horror though. We watch Cruel Jaws here.
Listen, we watch any type of horror. You're gonna get the good with the good. You're gonna get the bad with the bad. You're gonna get a little bit of everything.
Sure.
It's boring just watching all the
The
good
video
shit.
store experience.
You're gonna get an experience. That's a good way of saying it. Instead of just watching all the good movies, that's boring as shit after a while.
That's true.
You don't get to really get a
I
good
mean,
deep dive.
If it looks cool, it might be cool. And
Exactly.
you have a 50-50 chance, maybe.
And this right here is a great don't judge a book by its cover with horror movies and the cool covers, because you'll get some bad shit with some amazing covers.
Like elves.
Yes, that was one of them. That was definitely one of them.
Mick, you had mentioned about, seeing films like this through VHS, and that was the first time I saw this, and I was really, really young, and I'm just going through. But there was something really special about being able to experience movies this way, that you literally are going in and you're like, ooh, I'm going to get Doors of Death. It makes no sense, but it's the coolest thing. But to have that several years later when you're going through phase real early and you go, what? It opens up this whole new language of editing and filling of existing titles that's hilarious in itself. And that's another reason why I think, Mick and a lot of us here are very lucky to have experienced when, Mia was king.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good old physical. I miss it.
Yeah.
I love it. I have it, but you're right. There was just something about it existing.
Oh yeah. I agree.
Trevor, I had a movie I wanted to ask you about.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. It was recommended to me on a live last night. Chinese Super Ninjas. You ever see it?
No, is it a shawl?
1982 action drama.
Sounds like something I would watch.
Yeah.
Chinese Super Ninjas.
Che Chang directed it.
Oh, Che Chang. Oh, Che Chang's good stuff.
All right.
That's shawl.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna watch this now.
Yeah, Che Chang is awesome stuff.
I was very excited when they gave it to me. I was like, I'm down. So
Non-exploitation.
It looks cool. Like it's all called 5 Element Ninjas, but I think in America.
Oh my god, 5 element ninjas is so awesome.
Okay, good.
Oh, shit.
What's up,
And I'm not
Loki?
a Shaw fan. That movie is it doesn't meet Shaolin 36 years, but it's pretty damn close.
Good. Good. That's
And
one of
it's
my
a
favorite
pretty
movies.
late Shaw too. Yeah.
Oh my god, I wish we had a kung fu talk show. I love kung fu movies.
Oh, I love Kung Fu.
Me too.
No, you don't.
But I love the I don't like the Shaw.
I love it
stuff.
more.
No, you don't.
I like the stuff that the Bruceploitation stuff, the other random genres that decide if we martial arts and we're gonna have a hit. So, but as far as Shaw and the original stuff, I love their horror output. So,
Oh, you guys want to hear a funny quip, real quick?
Mm-hmm.
So I took my kid to it was like this game night at the local library, and there's a lot of kids that show up there to play Magic the Gathering together, right? And I wanted him to learn how to play. He didn't care at first, but he loves playing with cards and he loves math and such. So I was like, I know he's going to really enjoy this. He loves fantasy stuff, so we brought him. He was having a great time. Now I'm sitting there and I'm reading a book, and I'm just off to the side, by the window, but I can see him. There's a couple adults there, probably about my age, right? And they're teaching the kids how to play, somewhat, and playing too. And I'm sitting there and I'm listening to these adults talk, and I'm not that I'm worried. They weren't bad guys or anything. They were nice guys, but I'm listening to them talk. And when we were driving there, I was like, my friends all used to play Magic the Gathering, but I never got invited to play. It was same with Dungeons & Dragons. I never really understood it. And then today I'm sitting there and these two gentlemen are talking. Again, nice guys, they seem. Just trying to do the thing. But when I heard them talk, I'm like, I was having sex in high school. And I'm I'm not trying to pick on anybody, but again, all the friends who played, I get it. I'm not saying that's the best way to be. I'm just saying that's where I was in high school, and that's why. So, yeah. Now I look back and I'm I kind of wish I learned how to play Magic.
The evils of tabletop gaming. Ooh.
He was doing other things tabletop.
Twister.
Been there.
On a table. Now, are you going to pee on it?
No.
Wait,
Kid,
Okay,
what?
so you aren't going to go that
I'll
way.
flip that table over again.
Sturdy's golden shower time. Nobody's having sex on my table.
Nah, you ain't doing that either.
Sturdy's gonna take.
Do any of you ever have any of you followed the horror host that dressed up as a vampire and shows martial arts movies? You know who that is, Mick?
No.
What's? I don't know.
It kind of sounds familiar, but it's not coming to me.
Was it an older gentleman?
I'm not sure. It's so
He
great.
was a host, or was it a movie?
Well, you got to remember, a lot of these people that
was good,
localities had local news stations had their own sometimes.
So
sometimes it might have been more regional to you, who showed martial arts, a vampire showed martial arts movies.
They were getting a cheaper package deal on those movies. So,
Dracula's Kung Fu Theater. He's not wrong.
I was Blade had to take up content creation because
the
things
7
slowed
gold
down.
again and again and again.
Yep. Dracula's Kung Fu Theater. Dracula's Kung Fu Theater is a hosted horror movie show with Brad Cotter as Dracula, starting in 2021. Also featuring on the show Howard Renfield, Dimitri the Bat, and Yarmo and Pete Werewolf.
Nice.
If you're wondering if he's the first black horror host, he is not. Don't worry, you are. We're giving it to you.
That's it. That's interesting. Dracula's Kung Fu Theater. That's really fucking interesting.
You gotta be in it. You gotta be in it to win it.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
I don't know why somebody's I'm gonna be Dracula, but I'm not showing horror movies. Why not be something kung fu?
I know, right?
Maybe there's a mix.
He's I don't want to be David Carradine.
No, yeah, you don't want to be necessarily just hanging there at the end. So.
And, all right, listen. He was a dick to me once, so I'm not even mad at it.
Oh shit! I think we're gonna
Michael
wrap
Jai
this.
White was awesome.
Wrap it up.
Wrap this one up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Make
Jesus,
sure you guys go
bullshit.
check out Johnny Loves Movies. Make sure you guys go check out the Scene Snobs, Ambassador Media, Worst Damn Gamer Ever, Popcorn and Pints, and of course, Horror with Sir Sturdy. We're gonna get on out of here. I hope you guys have an amazing night. I'll see you in your nightmares. Peace.